Hello, today we are continuing reading the book The Cashflow Quadrant, written by Robert Kiyosaki, the one who wrote the famous book Rich Dad Poor Dad. And in this message, he's saying, this one, your boss cannot make you rich. Video number 31. Join me. Hello, welcome to Take a Step to a Better You. We're continuing in this one to read the book, The Cashflow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And the message is, your boss cannot make you rich. If you are new, my name is Sherifa, Nakalema. I'm a business owner here in Virginia, USA. And on this channel, recently I'm focusing on business topics, reading books, and then putting my 2 cents. So it's going to be about making money, managing money, saving money, investing money. That's what we are doing with this book, The Cashflow Quadrant. But I also talk about personal development. I also do videos, motivation, but the message is take a step to make your life better. That's the whole, the message on this channel. Please consider subscribing if that sounds relevant to your life. And when you subscribe, click on the bell on the right to make sure you get notified when I have new videos. For those of you who already said yes to the message, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Please always like the videos. Like while I'm still speaking. Because you know what's coming. You know, you've been following me. So leave a comment, share. Now, I'm here daily. That's my schedule. 12:30 p.m. USA Eastern Time. 5 days a week, I read books. But although sometimes I drive around on the 5th day, like on Thursdays, and I show you some parts about America, depending on the topic. And then on Friday, I come live. I switch the hours, and then on Sunday, I come with a motivational message. Today, video number 31. Your boss cannot make you rich. You know, in this book, Robert, the way he speaks, the way he gives the message, you may feel like he's repeating himself, but actually there is always something new. So that something new is what I name my videos now. So like today, he's saying your boss cannot make you rich, but there is some other things he says before that. So please wait, this message is going to come, but it's not the beginning of the reading. And before I always start reading, I remind you what we did in number 30. Number 30 was about how employees and self-employed people get to financial freedom. That was a very important video. If you want to get to it, a link in the pinned comment. I pin a comment, it takes you to all of them, starting from number 1 to 30, including this one today now, is added. And then at the end of the screen, also end screen, it takes you to Cashflow Quadrant. That's all of them, and the description. And if you want to have the book, it's free. For 1 month, it's audio, it's free. The link in the description. And also for, if you want to buy it, you buy. Amazon.com, the link in the description. Or you can go through my website, honestsoul.com. Now, number 31. What is he saying in 31? Because of this, you know, I see when people review this book, they say he repeats things a lot. Some are also saying that. And I'm going to speak some points when I feel like we've had this for a long time. He said this a lot. So I skip it, but I'm picking out what's new. So this is what he called the subtitle. He says, the patterns for financial freedom. The pattern for financial freedom. And he says, this is the pattern my rich dad recommended. And before I go to explaining the patterns, I have to remind you of if you are new today, the cash flow quadrant. When he talks about cash flow quadrant, what does he mean? He means that we earn money from 4 areas. So I'll show the image. So either you earn money as an employee, you get a paycheck, or self-employed person or small business owner on the left, or you are on the right as a business owner, a business, or you are an investor. So now he's showing us the patterns, the pattern of financial freedom as you are in this cash flow quadrant. He's saying this is the pattern my rich dad recommended. And he has in this image that I just showed, left and right, he's showing that moving from B to I, business owner to I, is what his rich dad recommended. If you're not familiar with these terms, rich dad, poor dad, they come from this book, the one I finished. I have videos on this channel. So rich dad, poor dad is explained in that book. It is a path to financial freedom, like from B to I. And this is true financial freedom because in the B quadrant, which is the business quadrant, people are working for you. And in the I quadrant, Your money is working for you. So our goal should be to get ourselves over there. That's why I say he's like sort of repeating himself because we've been saying this. And you are free to work or not to work. Your knowledge in these two quadrants has brought you complete physical freedom from work. And then I'm skipping the next line because I feel like we've had this already. But he has something else that I'm reading. A quick word of caution. Now, for those of you who want to be in the B and I, he has a quick word of caution for you. The B quadrant is much different from the I quadrant. They are not the same. The business quadrant, business owner and investor quadrant are not the same. I've seen many successful Bs sell their businesses for millions, and their newfound wealth goes to their head. They think they are very rich now. They tend to think that their dollars are a measure of their IQ. They think they're very smart. So they swagger on down to the I quadrant and lose it all. They sell their businesses, become investors, and they lose it all because the game and rules are different in all the quadrants, which is why I recommend education over an ego trip. I'm skipping again. There's something he says there that we know already. Now he says a choice of path. He says at a minimum, I'm skipping again some sentences because when I skip, it means we've been hearing him say this all the time. At a minimum, I recommend becoming educated in financial security, which is feeling confident about your job and feeling confident about your ability to invest in good and bad times. A big secret is that true investors make more money in bad markets. They make their money because the non-investors are panicking and selling when they should be buying. I'm not afraid of the possible coming economic changes because change means wealth is being transferred. So you have to have the knowledge to know what you're doing. As people are panicking, you buy. Now, we get to the headline I gave this video. Your boss cannot make you rich. A friend of mine sold his company and on the day of sale, put more than 15 million into his bank account. On the other hand, his employees had to look for new jobs. At the farewell party, which was filled with tears, there were also undercurrents of extreme anger and resentment. Although he paid them well for years, most were financially no better off on their last day of work than they were on their first day of work. Many people realize that the owner of the company has become rich while they have spent all those years collecting their paychecks and paying bills. The reality is that your boss's job is not to make you rich. Your boss's job is to make sure you get your paycheck. It's your job to become rich if you want to. And that job begins the moment you receive your paycheck. If you have poor money management skills, then all the money in the world won't serve you. If you budget your money wisely and learn about either the B or I quadrant, then you are on your own path to great personal fortune and, most importantly, freedom. The rich used to say to my rich dad used to say to his son and me that the only difference between a rich person and a poor person is what they do in their spare time. I agree with that statement. I realize that people are busier than ever before, and free time is more and more precious. Yet, I believe that if you are going to be busy anyway, be busy on both sides of the cash flow quadrant. If you do that, you'll have a better chance of eventually finding more free time and more freedom, more financial freedom. When at work, work hard. But remember that what you do after work with your paycheck and your spare time will determine your future. If you work hard on the left side, you'll work hard forever. If you work hard on the right side, you have a chance of finding freedom. Now he says the path I recommend, and this is going to be the ending for this part of the video. The path I recommend. Remember, his rich dad recommended B to I. And now Robert is recommending, I'm often asked by people in the E and S quadrant, that means the employees and the self-employed, what would you recommend? They ask Robert. I recommend the same path my rich dad recommended to me. The same path that people like Ross Perot and Bill Gates took. The path looks like this. He's showing here in that image that I showed that the employee is becoming a business owner, is becoming an investor. And the self-employed person is becoming a business owner, is becoming an investor. So that's the path he's recommending to. Occasionally people reply, but I'd rather be an investor. To which I say, then go to the I quadrant. If you have plenty of money and lots of free time, go straight to the I quadrant. But if you don't have an abundance of time and money, the path my rich dad recommended is safer. Now, we're going to continue with this theme of a person who wants to go straight to become an investor. So that's going to be the next video, 32. I'll stop here with number 31 because he has more to say. But we started on the theme. That's why I always remind you what we said in 31. So I'll be saying in 31, he started on it, but we're going to continue with it in 32 for those people who want to be investors. Now, my takeaway for this one is your job, your boss's job is to make sure you get a paycheck. If you work and they pay you, they've done their part. But remember, you are growing the business. You are growing the business and there's no share for you. This person who got $15 million, he didn't give any to the employees. He just sold it and left. So what we need to do is what we do with this paycheck, let's save some, let's learn to invest and take care of ourselves. Remember the statement he made, he said the employees are not better off. Their bank accounts are almost the way they were when they started working, and now that they lost their job. So let's make sure the bank account is better. That's my 2 cents. Like I always end them, I say take very good care of yourself, take very good care of your families, take very good care of your health. Please like the video, leave a comment for me. What do you think? Are you going to just be working, or are you going to learn to grow something, to invest? Invest doesn't necessarily mean go to stock market or whatever. There's ways of investing. He's been explaining so it's about growing your money. Figure out a way to grow your money. And don't just save it and keep it in the bank. Make sure it's invested somewhere to grow it. Take a step to a better you. Bye-bye.